President visits DC, and Guyanese export revenue rapidly increasing. I am Rico Bullfoot, and this is Uncut News. Do you see what's happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Our nation's head of state is currently visiting Washington, D.C. to meet with the United States Congress and State Department stakeholders to participate in private sector meetings, visit universities in the D.C. area, and present at the Organization of American States. He is accompanied by several officials, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation and the Chief of Staff of the Guyana Defense Force. The IMF has recommended that Guyana review its exchange rate framework and closely monitor the financial sector to mitigate monetary risk, given the projected 38% economic growth for this year. The IMF also noted medium-term risk of inflation and real exchange rate appreciation and recommended a tightening of monetary policy and the use of macroprudential tools as needed. The government has been playing a role in maintaining financial stability and has denied foreign currency shortages, with the statistical review showing sufficient foreign currency for existing demand, despite the fact that both the Bank of Guyana as well as the private sector have consistently released conflicting reports on the state of our foreign currency reserves in Guyana. The Education Ministry has announced salary adjustments for certain categories of teachers, with eligible teachers receiving a lump sum payment for the period of September 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2023 in October. The adjustment will bring teachers who are being paid below the minimum applicable scale up to the minimum of the scale of the current year and will take effect from October the 1st, paving the way for teachers to be paid based on merit and years of service. However, it is unclear if the Guyana Teachers Union was consulted on the adjustments, and the union has repeatedly accused the government of trying to sideline them. The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry is currently begging the government to allow for the large-scale importation of workers to address the growing shortage of skilled and semi-skilled workers. The construction, agriculture, gold mining, and tourism industries are among the traditional sectors that are being hard hit by the labor shortage, which is linked to the nation's rapidly growing oil and gas sector. The Chamber of Commerce estimates that the nation currently needs close to 200,000 workers to meet the demand for labor across all sectors. Although you're going to have to forgive me, because given our nation's history of slavery and indentured servitude, I'm always wary when people with money recommend the large-scale importation of workers. Last time that happened, we were all in chains.
Attention truck owners. Between potholes, bad drivers, and high fuel prices, you've got 99 problems to deal with. But with Powered Automotive, your engine ain't one. That's because they stock high-quality parts and spares you need at prices you can't beat. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles, or call or WhatsApp them at telephone number 6970171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today.
Calco Guyana Incorporated has engaged with the Public Works Ministry and is now a performing contractor for the road widening project from Conversation Tree to Dennis Street, Georgetown. The company had been significantly behind schedule, but has since engaged Guyanese subcontractors and additional resources to catch up. The project involves the construction of a 4-lane carriageway and double-lane carriageway, and was split into 2 lots, one awarded to S. Jagman Construction and General Supplies Inc., and the other to the Trinidadian company Calco Guyana Incorporated. The Madia Dorm Fire Commission of Inquiry will hold public meetings for approximately 1 month, with 15 persons expected to testify, including government officials, eyewitnesses, and survivors. However, the hearings will not be live-streamed for the protection of witnesses, and it is uncertain whether the 15-year-old girl charged in connection with the deaths of the 20 children will be called to testify. During an alleged robbery at the RDC office in Berbice, One suspect was fatally shot while another is in police custody. Detectives are pursuing 3 others who fled the scene while shooting at the police. The fleeing vehicle was stopped and searched, revealing knives, a cutlass, and a suspected firearm. The taxi driver, a 33-year-old Tariq Pollard, is currently in police custody, assisting with the investigation. Police in Regional Division 7 are investigating a boat mishap resulting in the disappearance of 2 persons, Kevin Musa and Alvin, after the boat struck a rock and took in water. The occupants swam to shore, leaving Musa and Alvin on a rock in the middle of the Guyana River, and they are believed to have drowned. A search party is currently ongoing. Meanwhile, over in Charity, Roxanne Lowry, a vendor, was remanded to prison after being caught with 12.8 grams of ecstasy. She pleaded not guilty to the possession of the narcotics for the purpose of trafficking, but was denied bail and will return in prison until her next court appearance on October the 2nd. The government's first ever oil blocks auction closed with bids received for 8 of the 14 blocks. However, the government is still exploring the direct award of blocks to India, Qatar, and the Dominican Republic, as these countries have expressed a preference for government-to-government exploration and relationships. The decision to award blocks directly will be based on mutual benefits and profit sharing, and the president highlighted that his government wanted to first auction the existing blocks in a, quote, open and transparent process, end quote. In other oil-related news, the Ministry of Finance's mid-year report says the nation's export earnings increased by 38.8% to $6 billion at the end of June 2023, largely due to key investments by the current administration. Import payments also more than doubled, driven by capital goods. Higher earnings from crude oil contributed to export growth exponentially, but non-oil export earnings decreased due to lower earnings from gold, the others category, and bauxite. Total import payments grew substantially, largely due to the importation of the Prosperity FPSO. Net payments for services also increased, with payments for non-factor services growing, mainly due to increased payments for construction services.
It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today.
Now for our Uncut News Viewers Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it placed was. Last night I asked, how do you feel about the turnout for the recent oil block auction?
But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description.
Willow Darrow says excellent turnout. Maybe the money bucket bottom will fall out and our leaders will get a reality check that they should not have used the oil money out so recklessly. We can give friends and family the rest as we always do. Let's wait and see what happens. Indeed. Now for tonight's question. I want to know, are we doing enough to improve youth mental health? If not, what can the government, private sector, civil society, and us, yes, us as citizens, what can we all do to address this issue? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Nico Bullfoot saying good night, folks.